Less preaching, more teaching, and definitely a lot of entertainment. Taibu Mu'addib right here. So who's the Thursday game? Who's playing tomorrow night? Let's look that up real quick, shall we? Yeah, let's look and see who's playing tomorrow night. Let's cancel that. Thursday on NFL on Fox. Thursday night football. Let's go. Who's coming up? All right, who's the next game? Who's playing next? Let's go. Thursday night football. Week 17. Who's playing Thursday night? Week 17 schedule. Let's go. Gotta know who's playing Thursday night. Okay. New Jersey, New York Jets, and the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns tomorrow. The Cleveland is in the playoff, right? So shout out to all the Brownies out there. You got a Saturday night game, Detroit and Dallas, two division leading teams. That ought to be pretty awesome. Then we're looking at a Sunday slate, Miami and Baltimore, two division leading programs right there going off. So it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Thursday night, who wants to watch the New York Jets? I don't know. But the Browns look like they're tuning up for a playoff run that could be historic for a team that's been bereft of a championship. The Browns are looking good this year. AFC North looking strong all year long. Uh, some parity, don't get me wrong, but yeah. NFC wise, San Francisco is having some struggles. Philadelphia is having some struggles. Not looking really sharp going into the playoffs, but great coaching, a lot of talent on these teams. They'll get it done. Miami is a dark horse. We don't know what Miami's going to do, but they're going to do something. It's going to be something to watch with the talent they have, including Tyree. That was a great pickup for them down there in Miami. Uh, Got to be great weather to play in when it's not raining. All right. Other notable games, you're looking at New Orleans and Tampa Bay square off this weekend. Both still fighting to win the division. Both still fighting for a playoff berth. That's definitely going down for sure. Green Bay and Minnesota. That's going to be a great Sunday night game. You don't want to. So those are notable NFL games, in my opinion. And again, I will be giving you more sporting stuff as I round this show out. But just I'll lead a little bit with some sporting, and then I'll go right into my topic. Tonight's topic is the top 10 New Year's resolutions for beginners. I invited some of you to jump in here with me and just go live and talk about your New Year's resolution, what that looks like. My New Year's resolution is to have and maintain 40 clients a month. Where I'm at right now, I have a lot of seats available. There was a lot of fall off as people finished their programs that went strong since the summer. So I'm looking to maintain about 40 people a month. Gives me a class size around 20-25 people Wednesday nights and Sunday afternoons. So if you're interested in getting one of those seats, inbox me. We'll talk about it. If you want to see the full effects and the picture in picture, definitely go to YouTube at Taibu Mu'addib 4019 and get that thing going. You'll see everything. All right, let's look at the screen share. Let's not waste no time. Let's go off into the screen share and look at what it looks like. So many people like with Santa Claus, whatever, they didn't believe in resolutions. And then they went so long with actually doing anything. And then next thing you know, now I want to try a resolution this year, right? So I'm going to go ahead and screen share. What are the top 10 New Year's resolutions for beginners? Let's look at what that looks like, shall we? Just want you guys to see it. As a life coach, as a goal achievement coach with a specialty in fitness, I want you guys to know that I definitely believe we have an opportunity, you and I, to make the most opportunity to get it in together. Um, I want to vet your plan, your strategy, resolutions. So I want to start with the beginners. If this is your first year, just raise your hand, put a hand up in the comment section. If this is your first year making a really sound resolution, if you're a beginner at this, let's look at what it says. Um, Top 10, eating healthier. Many of you are out there not eating very good. Too much fast food on the way to or home from work. If you're at work and you're ordering in Uber Eats and things of that nature, you might want to think about eating healthier. What that could mean is portioning your meals, pre-cooking meals and portioning. And look, nothing tastes as good if the meal is really good as some leftovers. Love me some leftovers. So get your Tupperware game tight, start cooking at home, eating healthier, take your food to lunch. Now, it can be difficult. I worked at a job where there was no microwave and no refrigerator. So it was really tough for me to figure out meals I could take, and I would just go to the local gas station, heat them up. I had to make it work, but I had to stay committed to eating healthier, saving myself some money, which obviously we have on here as well. Eat healthier. Let Coach Taibu, let First Step Coaching help you with that goal this year. All right. Quit smoking. Any smokers in the house? Quit smoking. They got gum. They got the patches, right? If you want to quit smoking, I have a 6-month course curriculum for that. It's called Low Emotional Intelligence, how to increase your emotional intelligence, because smoking is really an emotionally connected and charged activity, right? So we'll look at why your emotions are so bent on that nicotine fit that you need, that addiction you have to that activity, and try to replace it with something more constructive and productive. All right. If you want to quit smoking, First Step Coaching is for you. Losing weight. I think the number one problem with folks trying to lose weight is trying to love the way they look now, but then get better. Does that make sense? A lot of people are going body positive. So you're 50 to 100 to 150 pounds overweight. So you're trying to love the shape and the body that you're in. At the same time, you're trying to get rid of it. All right. So the main thing with losing weight is you want to basically cut ties with identifying as being a person that's overweight. Cut ties with that. Break away from that. All right. I have a 6-month course curriculum for that as well. As a 20-year fitness professional, I want to say that's my specialty. But it's rarely about the exercising. It's rarely about the exercise. It's all about how you strategize to have the time and the resources, because you need help to go ahead and get that thing done. All right. If you want lasting change, First Step Coaching is for you. Spend time with family. How many of you are really working really, really hard? How many of you out there, I want to spend some time on this. How many of you are truly working really hard and you really don't have time for your kids or your spouse or your partner? Just raise your hand if this is you. If you're a beginner and that's something that you want to do, what are you going to do to make sure that you have the time and the resource to not just spend time with them, but make the most of that time you spend with them? That's priceless. For many of you, sleep deprivation is a big deal. I have a 6-month course curriculum for that as well. Teaching folks how to put themselves in a position to get more sleep is important. If you're losing sleep, you're trying to do so many things and you've fallen asleep exhausted. I've been there. I've been there. But there's no such thing as catching up on sleep. There are toxins in our brain that only sleep can erase. Without that sleep, them toxins fill up, fill up. So when you have the migraines, the headaches, and things of that nature, it's not because of stress and depression, and anxiety. It's because you're not getting enough sleep. You need, and for those of you who are trying to lose weight, you definitely have to get your rest, because when you're transforming your body, energy is put out, you're going to need your rest. All right. So I want to spend some time on that. If you want to spend more time with your family, trust me, first step coaching is for you. All right. Drink less. I have a person in my family that I found out was drinking excessively, like a bottle a day. So they can't sleep. Hello, right? These issues seem to compound themselves. So you might just start with one thing. I'm just going to start with this one thing, but it might be difficult for you to maintain focus on that one thing because your issues is compounded with a couple of different ones. How do you prioritize that? Which one do you put first, right? First step coaching. Now, make sure you download the EFC workbook. It's in the description in this podcast. Over on YouTube at Taibu Mu'addib, you see that. Over on Facebook at Taibu Mu'addib. So I'm letting you know right now, getting the EFC workbook is going to help you construct and identify which one to go with, what's the biggest challenge, obstacle, or the most passionate goal that you have, and then we'll go from there. I want you to introduce me to your goal. I really do. Because if you don't have a winning strategy, and I've been there, if you don't have a winning strategy, it's just not going to happen for you people. You have to have not a plan, strategy, a winning strategy. There's a difference. Many of you who have cycled around and been through it, you know what I'm talking about firsthand. You started, stop. You've been working on the same resolution for the last 4 years. Am I getting somewhere with you guys? So make sure that you guys go over and subscribe. If you don't subscribe, this is what's going to happen. By the time you do subscribe, it's going to cost you, right? Because in a couple of days, I'm going all subscriptions, as I should. All subscriptions. So rediscover you guys' passion. Download the EFC workbook wherever you find it, man. The link is in there. Look for it. Let's go. Tonight, we're talking about the top 10 New Year's resolutions for beginners. Exercise more, moving forward. Drink less, exercise more. And I cannot put enough behind those who want to drink less. That's a very, very honorable resolution to have. It's just very, very tough to accomplish and to achieve. I want you to know that. All right. Let's go. Exercise more. Here's what I'll say about exercise. When you look at my EFC workbook, my number one publication, when you look at the very first building block to a new foundation is effort. Getting a connection with how much effort you're putting into things is important. See, many of you believe that by saying it and professing it and speaking it into existence, right, it's going to just happen. Many of you believe that you're going to put a greater amount of effort into something just because you say it. So you believe that come January 1st, and I know somebody personal that believes this, you believe you're going to flip effort on. It's going to be there for you. It's going to power you up, and you're going to go get it done. Not even close. Not even close. Learning how everybody does have that beast mode within them, but learning how to dig deep enough and tap into that and have it readily available, bubbling up out of you, that's a skill that you have to acquire. What are you saying, Coach Taibu? I'm saying whether you're an EMT, a soldier, a football player, whether you do sales and have to get juiced up every day to go off and go crazy with your pitch, the bottom line is you don't just turn effort on. It has to be something that you cultivate. The effort, focus, and commitment workbook helps you understand and get a greater connection with what level of effort you're putting into it now. So let's line this up. If you're a beginner and you're going to make a New Year's resolution for the first time and it's to exercise more, here's the thing. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much are you exercising now? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort are you putting into the exercise once you do it? So you're not at a 10 because that's your resolution. You're not at a 10. So there's room for improvement. Okay. What activities will get you from, we'll say the 4 or 5 that you are right now up into the next number to a 6 or a 7? What activities need to be in place? And so as your coach, as your mentor, as the licensed professional walking you through a roadmap that you and I create together, I'm telling you right now, once you add measurables, you'll be more connected to your resolution. That's game for you right there. That's game. I got y'all looked out. All right, travel more. Where do you want to go? People be talking about, I got to get out of here. I got to get away more. Where are you going to go? And when you get there, where are you going to stay? How are you going to travel? You're going to drive, you're going to fly. Traveling can not only be expensive, but it can be stressful. It can be more stressful than staying where you're at. Because you can mess your plans can get messed up. Your reservations can get canceled or messed up. So sometimes traveling can be more stressful than staying put. So if your resolution is to get out there and see the world more, make sure you do your research. And if you don't have time to do research, put resources behind some manpower. I'll get that done. I'm not a travel advisor, don't get me wrong, but I can help you set up a roadmap to where we can get a little bit of travel in, go somewhere an hour or two away, then we'll build out into the next state over, do some sightseeing, whatever the case may be. We'll get you to the point where now you're taking trips and you're flying, you're going on cruises. I'm telling you, right now, there are travel horror stories. You can, if you want to, you have a second device, Google some travel horror stories right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So don't just jump out there and do it, buy the ticket and do it and go. Do your research first. Build yourself up to going a ways away. It can be expensive. It can be stressful. All right. Speaking of stress, if your New Year's resolution is to reduce stress, step no substitute. You need that first step coaching in your life for 2 reasons. The first is your stress automatically comes down when you have a plan, a meaningful strategy, and something that works. When you know that you're on your way, you're less stressed. If you're going to break up with the person that you're dealing with, whether you live with them or not, you'll be less stressed if you believe you have a strategy that's going to work. Anything that you do, if you believe that your plan, your strategy is going to work the way you approach it, you're automatically less stressed. That for one. So getting coaching, downloading the EFC workbook if you want to have less stress, working on that, and then reaching out to us, get on our calendar. That's important for you. The second thing is this. Anything that you do to the positive releases these what's called endorphins. So you're going to have a euphoric feeling as you see things and have epiphanies as you work through the workbook and you see, okay, this is the area where that's causing me stress. Okay. Just in dealing with it and the feeling of accomplishment will give you a euphoric feeling that's going to automatically bring that stress down as well. Trust me, believe me, I know. And to one of my very favorites, if your resolution, beginner, is to save money, boy, let's do it. If you want to have $5,000 more a month to spend each month, just $5,000, that's a good goal for you beginners. If you want to put $5,000 more a month into your pockets, Let's go. I have a 6-month course curriculum to teach how to do that. I did a whole podcast. Many of you just now meeting me and learning. I did a whole podcast on how to just with your phone, with your mobile device, to make money from scratch. If you have a phone with internet access, you can make money from scratch. You don't gotta get hired nowhere, go do nothing. You can just literally, there are like 4 to 5 things that you can do to start getting money on your phone. That's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to. So I just want you to know that. So if you want to save money, you might have to make money to be saved. It's free game. I'm hooking y'all up. That's free game. I'm hooking you up. That's free game. So I want to make sure that you guys get that. So moving forward, those are just, the top 9, top 10, a few more. If you're a beginner, these are just some ideals of things. These are beginner level resolutions to have. If you've tried them before and you weren't successful, I say add resources and manpower. Reach out to me, inbox me, First Step Coaching. I can make it. And look, I'm telling you right now, I named the program after you guys and gals. Taking that first step, it's the most important thing you're ever going to do. The first feeling of taking control is always greater than the last feeling of actually reaching your goal. That first feeling when you take control, and have you ever walked off a job before? Didn't it feel great? I don't care if you were mad, happy when you did it. I don't care if you were just fed up. If you've ever walked off a job before, didn't it feel great? You didn't immediately go start job hunting the next couple hours. You didn't go eat something, go start job hunting. You took the day off, right? I applaud. If you've never done it, do it. Don't experience life without walking off a job like, F this gosh darn job. Forget you. I'm out of here. Walk it right out. Who's coming with me? Right? Walk it right out. It's America. If that job doesn't fit you, don't put in 2 weeks. No, walk off that job. Y'all like, oh my gosh, Ty, that's terrible voice. No, it's not. Because that's how you're going to change your life. You're going to walk off. You're going to tell yourself, the person in the mirror, you're going to say, you know what? I'm leaving you right where you're at. I'm going a different direction. I'm not taking orders from you. You don't control me anymore. I don't identify with you anymore. I'm going to create a whole new me. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Right? So walk off that job. If that job don't fit you, walk off that job. Get that good feel. I'm telling you right now, it's a great feeling. I've done it a couple of times. I know what I mean. New Year's resolutions are important. Start a fresh year on a fresh path, on a fresh journey with a fresh perspective. All right. And if you've been having trouble doing that, that's why I podcast. I want to remind you guys and gals that I'm a certified goal achievement coach. The last 3 years, a little over 3 years now, I've been exclusively helping clients online to reach their goals quickly. Based on how you apply yourself to the EFC workbook, we can get that thing done in 6 months or less. So if you've been dealing with something for a couple years, look at how short of a time that is. Let's help you form some new habits, change your behavior patterns and your belief systems, get you some new skill sets all within 6 months, and then push you forward out there. You're getting money. You're feeling great. You feel good about yourself. You're more confident. My tip for this morning was to look sharp, whether you wear a uniform to work or not. Stop going in with it all wrinkled up and sleeping in it. Press it, iron it out, and get a nice crease. It's a small thing, but it can go a long way with how confident you are. All right. Stop sharing there. Go over to the next thing. Taibu Mu'addib, man, here. Let's get it popping. All right. What will folks do for money? Don't let this end up being you. All right. This is what it says. This is a TikTok about what folks do for money. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share this, and I might catch some flack for this one right here. I'm gonna screen share this right here though, because it's important for you guys to know. Some people will stoop very very low for money. Some people just don't have that moral code, right? So let's check out this TikTok right here. This is what somebody did for money, and it's caution you. It's kind of revolting, but it is what it is. Let's go.
Made a fortune lying her ass off, and it ended up costing this man 16 years of his life. Alice Siebel was a freshman at Syracuse University in 1981 when something bad happened to her that starts with an R. At the time that it happened, she wasn't able to identify the attacker involved to the police. But 5 months later, after walking down the street near the Syracuse campus, she encountered a man who she swore was the man that did that to her. And it's
All right. So the problem in America still is a European person can point at an African person and said they did something to me. And the largely European police force will rally behind that person and arrest that person, charge that person, and then now a largely European run judicial system, not justice, judicial system, will prosecute that individual to the full extent of the law. So we're still dealing with this. We're still dealing with this phenomena. It's ridiculous, but we're still dealing with it. So this European lady, she's like, man, I got the the tail end of the stick. I got it was a raw deal. It was really really tough. And what am I gonna do? Am I gonna shut down? What am I gonna do? So she just like, all right, he did it. Go get him. Yes, it's him. And this is the story. Anthony Broadwater.
and his name was Anthony Broadwater. She got the police involved very fast, and Anthony Broadwater was arrested. And he was found guilty and sentenced to a very long time in prison. Now, Alice went on to write books about her experience. One of those books about her experience was called Lucky, and it did really well.
So, in general, victims of sexual assaults, uh, be they true or not, uh, because there are a number of women out there that claim they've been sexually assaulted and it never happened. I know this personally, so I can say it confidently. It happens. Uh, but generally speaking, women involved in sexual assaults that actually happen, they don't want nobody to know. They don't want to relive it. This woman, I'm gonna write a book about my experience, right? So let's just continue the story. But I don't know what some people will do for money. Is there a protection from stuff like this from happening? I don't know, but I'm just gonna raise awareness about it because this, if you end up being a juror in a situation where you're listening to a story, a crime story like this, you might want to put your antennas up. Let's go.
Sold over 1 million copies. And one of her books was even made into a movie starring Mark Wahlberg. It's called Lovely Bones. But once Anthony Broadwater got out of prison, the once decorated Marine had a hard time making ends meet. He had to register as an offender and could only take odd jobs and factory work to make ends meet. But when they were looking to overturn Anthony Broadwater's conviction, they noticed a couple of things. And the first thing being, they used microfiber hair analysis, which the FBI considers to be junk science. Another thing is, Alice Siebel didn't even pick the right person during the lineup. In 2021, Anthony Broadwater had his entire conviction overturned, and he was exonerated from all charges. And he ended up suing and settling for $5.5 million for the entire.
So the man sued the judicial system. They used junk science, and she didn't even picked out the right person initially in the lineup. So really, she didn't know who did it to that day. She's pointing somebody out just so the conviction could happen, so she could play the victim role and make money off of it. Sold 1 million copies of her book. He sued after 16 years in prison and won 5.5 million. Now, I don't know about you. That sounds like a pretty good payday, but 16 years of your life in prison, I don't know. I don't know if 5.5 million is enough to be innocent and have to do 16, almost 2 decades in prison. I don't know if 5.5 million is enough. The problem also with that is she didn't get jailed. So there really is no closure for him. People that falsely accuse people, they should they should go to jail. There should be it should be a felony to knowingly falsely accuse somebody of a crime. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Not being honest. I've dealt with something like that myself personally, so I know that the court system has issues. People in it have issues. I'm telling you right now. But what this lady did for money, totally, totally inappropriate. So watch out for that. If you all you voters that serve on juries, look out for stuff like that. She didn't identify the person that she claimed did it to her for 5 months. She just happened to be walking down the street. Oh, there he is, my rapist. Like, nah. So you guys got to be more conscientious than that of those types of situations. Let's go. What we got over here? Bam, bam. We're going to shut that down. What else we got, Taibu Mu'addib, tonight? Oh, I got some time. Oh, I got some. I'm rolling right through this one right here. Okay. Doing too much or not? I want you guys to be the judge of this. Is this person do too much or not? Let me go over here and get them lined up real quick. To watch the full episode audio, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Taibu Mu'addib 4019. That's how you see the whole deal. That's how it goes down. I'm gonna pin this up over here. All right. Gotta get into this clip right here, man. Another TikTok. Is this person doing too much or not? Right. So, whistleblowers. Whistleblowers are necessary in today's society because there's a lot going on that don't make no sense. Government wise, private company wise, in your community, we need whistleblowers, right? But some of y'all go a little bit too far. So we're going to listen to this brother speak his piece. And I want to ask you all, is he doing too much or not? I'm going to go ahead and stop this live over here so I can go ahead and do my print thing. Oops, that's not a good cover at all. I don't know what that's all about. If I don't change these covers, boy, woo, they're going to throw me under the bus. So this guy right here, what he's describing, it makes sense for him to describe it, but at the same time, it just seems to me like he really is just jockeying for views. I mean, and then first responders, you don't want to really throw people under the bus that are doing the best they can to make it happen for folks that are in need. So it can be really, really difficult. I'm gonna go to the video. I'm going to bring that together. Oh no. I'm gonna bring that together. There it is. All right. Start shooting that from my Instagram. Shout out to everybody on LinkedIn. This is Taibu Mu'addib. This is my evening podcast, Live Your Truth, where everybody's voice can be heard. All right. So where we're going right now is we're going to a TikTok. I want to know, is he doing too much or not? To look at the full effects and the screen shares and the full episode, go to YouTube at Taibu Mu'addib 4019. Let's go. Up, up. Let me make sure I'm screen sharing this. I don't want y'all to miss it. This is pretty crazy. But and if you guys have TikToks that you believe I should put on there, just shoot them to me. Inbox them to me the link. I'll jump right on it. Let's go.
I beg you, please share this video. I really don't care about the numbers.
Okay, so it says, Black women, listen, please. I wish we still had midwives. White doctor, simple, don't care. And the first thing he says is, listen to me. I don't care about numbers. I don't know. Suspect. Let's go.
Black people, for black women, I need you to hear this if you don't hear nothing else in your damn life. Sister, if you are giving birth to a child, if you plan on giving birth to a child, I need you to listen to me. Sisters, I need you to listen to me like you ain't listened to a black man before. Don't you take your ass to a hospital that you done asked 1,000 questions before you stepped your ass in there. Still alive. I turned to the doctor at some point, doctor that does not look like us, and I say, doctor, can you come take a look at her stomach? It's getting really distended. And her BP, her blood pressure is not going down. That doctor looked at me and said, that's my patient. I'll be over there in a minute.
So basically he's whistleblowing. I work at a hospital. I was working intensive care, IC unit. Somebody came up there, was a sister. They wasn't taking care of her right. I talked to the doctor. The doctor was like, man, I'll get to it. He's like, 2 hours later, it was still like this. They rushed her to surgery, barely saved their life, So if you don't know people, don't just go to hospital to have your baby. Make sure you do your research. Yeah, make sure you do your research. But that's why you should have a family doctor. A pregnancy is 9 months. If you don't know the doctor in the hospital, if you don't have any kind of communication with them before you go in, you don't know people that's going to be there. Yeah, that's a bad look for sure. That's overstood. It's just the way he's putting it out there. He's not saying the name. He's not saying the name of the hospital. If you ask me, Taibu Mu'addib, is he doing too much or no? I would say he's doing a little bit too much. Because he's touting himself as a whistleblower. Sure, it's your job. If you're going to whistleblow, put it all out there, bro. Put some names on it. You're not helping none of us out because, obviously, if it's a doctor that doesn't care about a woman that's going through internal bleeding after giving birth to an emergency C-section, we just need more information. Or I think you're jockeying for views. It's also a red flag if you start off by saying, I don't care about the views. Hey, I'm Taibu Mu'addib. I want you to do my stuff. I want you to like my content, all right? This guy right here, yeah, I don't think he has the credibility. Don't let this be you out. If you put a platform up, let's get something positive up. We don't want you downing people and doing anything for the dollar, anything to get views. It's just not a really good look. All right. We're deep into this show. Many of you don't really know much about me or what I do, so I got to stop and just let you know. This month, I did the sharecropper report in the morning. For all of you sharecroppers who didn't know how far the sharecropping system had gone through your family and your bloodline, if you're sharecropping now, the sharecropper mindset, I wanted you guys to know that sharecropping is a system meant to push you further into debt. Sharecropping was actually the first phase and the first time predatory lending ever came about in America. Predatory lending was called a crop lien. Predatory lending still exists today. All right. So I want you guys, I'm trying to wake you guys up. You're good people. You really are. The issue is you're not attacking the system. You don't understand the system. Without understanding the system, you're going to stay a sharecropper and then pass it on to your kids. They're going to share just like you because they see you doing it and figure that's the way to live. Everybody's talking about generational wealth. I'm talking about generational sharecropping, generational debt. We should discuss that a little bit more. What you think? So it's not you and your emotional intelligence, your spending habits so much. It could just be the system of sharecropping that you were born into or you found yourself in now for whatever reason. All right. It's a system designed to drag you deeper into debt. If you believe that you're sharecropping and you don't want to anymore, you want to experience the joys of ownership, I'm your guy. All right. First step coaching. Download the EFC workbook. Reach out to me. If you're ready for a one-on-one coaching experience, go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu off the rip. This podcast, as usual, is being brought to you courtesy of First Step Coaching. Let me go to the screen share. Yeah, that man was doing too much. That man was doing way too much. All right. I saw this on Facebook. I believe that this is the sharecropper's creed. All right. This person right here, and I'm a screen share this for you guys. This person right here put this post up, and it was heart-wrenching for me. It was tough to look at that. People are pressing the like button and, the care button and stuff like that. But this is, it's too much. It's too much, people. All right. So it says, screen share this. It says 6 more years until retirement. Man, if you spend 6 years on my coaching program, retirement, we're talking legacy building. We're talking about that first 7-figure. I'm talking about, man, 6 years until you just want to share 6 years. What? If you would make a post like this or press the like button on a post like this, you are trapped in a prison of poor decision making. Yes, you. 6 more years until retirement. That affects my soul. That affects the soul. Do you know how devoid of life a statement like that is? Man, 6 more. This is the sharecropper's creed right here. That's touching. I almost let a tear drop down my eye for someone like this. 6 more years until retirement. That's deep, y'all. That's deep. Let's build some legacy. Let's come together and be strong. 1,700 millionaires clocked every day in 2023. 1,700 a day. It's me out here, people. If you're not connected to this wealth, First Step Coaching. All right, First Step Coach. Just don't think nothing different. First Step Coaching. First Step Coaching. 6 more years. I'm gonna stop the screen share. That's just it touched me when I saw that. I wanted to share with you guys. If that's a tough existence, it's terrible. It's terrible. For your one-on-one coaching experience, go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu. All right. I've seen some comments. I appreciate y'all on TikTok for joining me. Got to keep the whistle. Ooh, that was smooth. White grape peach, y'all. Wow. Got to keep my whistle wet. The most important thing I can say about this upcoming new year is that anything is possible. If you have a winning strategy, anything is possible. So reach out to me. I'm going to stop that video over there. Get that going. Anything is possible, everybody. Anything. This new year, there's so much going on out there. Anything is possible. I just want you to know that. Anything. We can do it together. You and I. When you walk yourself back through 2023, you can easily look at decisions that you made that helped you and that hurt you. I challenged everybody on my podcast a couple months ago to identify a mistake that they made within the last year that set them back 18 months to 2 years. Because I want to know if you're being honest with yourself about the moves that you're making. Why would you ask somebody a question like that, Taibu Mu'addib? What decision did you make within the last 12 months that set you back a year and a half to 2 years? Because if you can't answer that question, or if you refuse to answer that question, I can help you. I can build you. I can advance you with the EFC philosophy and change agent. Guaranteed. Because we're doing things to hurt ourselves. We're stepping on our own toes. We're dragging ourselves down, pointing the finger. Oh, if it wasn't for that person, if that didn't happen, I caught an unlucky break. No. No. What decision did you make that set you back 2 years? Oh, I had a chance to get away from him, girl, but the kids, or they got attached to him. Let me tell you something. Have a job offer somewhere else through your family member. If they hiring over here, bro, come on over. Nah, I've been here 3 years and I'm coming up on a raise, or, I just got, a new position in a different part of the world. I'm liking it. Are you sure you can get paid $7 more over here doing this? It's a different, but you can make it work. Nah, I don't know. And then they cut you loose on some downsizing 3 months later, and your people thrive. What decision did you make in the last year that set you back a year and a half to 2 years? And on that podcast, you have to subscribe and look through my podcast. Listen to them, get a feel for them. In that podcast, I gave you guys mine. I told you what my decision was. That's because I have a winning strategy for my life. I know what my decisions, this set me back about a year and a half right here. It's about 2 years. It's going to happen. You can lose some of the battles that come with your change and still win more. But you have to correctly identify them to overcome them. No one can solve a problem not identified. Too many of you are working on the wrong thing. You're putting all this effort, energy into something that's not going to advance you at all. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need someone to separate you from your feelings and your emotions about something and help you to see logically where you should be and what activities that you need to be handling to reach your milestones, to get you to your goal. And then many of you aren't going to stay motivated all the way through the process without somebody like me in your corner. You podcast all the time. You podcast? No, I don't. I have a production schedule to keep, yes. But like I said, my goal is to bring on 40 people, have to maintain 40 clients a month to make sure that I have time to help them, get touch points in, get the education out to them, run my classes on Wednesdays and Saturdays like I've been doing, and advancing folks, changing folks' lives. My shirt and tie combinations, I know y'all been watching them. If you like a particular shirt and tie combination, jump in my inbox and let me know. I'll throw that thing back on for you. I'm going through, I have a plethora of them now. I've been told I'm looking sharp. Somebody said nice tie. I'm working on it. Okay. But the professional look is nothing compared to what I'm capable of doing person to person to connect with you, help you make better decisions, and to help you exact a lasting change in your life. I like to have fun. I gave you guys the picture. We discussed tonight the top 10 New Year's resolutions for beginners. All right. If this is your first year really, really lining up a resolution for New Year's, I just say, hey, add some manpower, put some resources behind it. All right. That's what you should do. I'm coming up on my time. So we give you guys a tip for today. All right. Just the evening tip. All right. Listen, be very clear with all of you. I want you to know you can't do anything at all if you don't believe in it. The church hustle is a huge deal because men and women are getting really good at using the word of God to get people to believe in things that they had not before they heard them speak, believed in them. So belief is almost everything. That's why you connect with someone that's been there. That's why talking to someone with lived experience is so important. One thing I have over many motivational speakers, I'm just getting into the game good. Many coaches and life coaches out there is I have a ton of lived experience. A ton of it. College educated, seen the prison system, right? Been married, have kids. I have a ton of lived experience. I worked in factories. I've been down. I worked terrible, gross jobs before. Now I'm a business owner. I'm successful. So if you want whatever kind of change you want to make, I want to line you up with my proven method for change. First of all, but your belief, that's not something that someone can teach you or help you develop. It's not. It has to come from you first. First step coaching is all about that, though. I feel like I'm a pretty good motivator. If you don't believe you deserve to do well, let me tell you a short story. Everybody. I have done a number of things I'm ashamed of throughout my life. I can admit it because I'm a thumb pointer. I've done a number of things that if I dwelled on them, I wouldn't think I deserve to wear a suit and tie or to drink white grape peach chilled from a glass with my logo on it. I wouldn't think I deserve to drive a nicer, newer vehicle around a great city. I wouldn't think I deserve to have money in my pocket or a beautiful woman to go to bed with every night. If I think about the things that I did, I wouldn't feel like I deserved it. I wouldn't believe I deserved it. This is real. My program will help you overcome the traumas and the guilt and the doubts that are holding you back from believing in yourself and in your progress. I guarantee it. Just want to say that to you. So tonight, my thing for you is let's consider what you believe about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe you're capable of? It's just something I want you to deal with tonight. What do you believe that you're capable of achieving? How far can you go? Effort, focus, and commitment is how I made my mark in the game. I'm going to rest on it. My legacy of effort, focus, and commitment is important for all of you. I want you to know it's something that you can experience. My workbook is a free gift from me to you. Because I want you to, whether you work with me or not, I want you to identify either your goal or your greatest challenge. Or both. Either one of them, though, will give you the start that you need. If you can identify your greatest obstacle, you can work on it. You can deal with it. If you can identify what your true goal is, you can line up the activities and the milestones there. So, don't go another day with some random plan. Get the EFC workbook. Talk to Taibu Mu'addib, certified goal achievement coach, and create a winning strategy that's going to get you to your goal. Let's have some more fun tomorrow night, 9:30. It's Live Your Truth. I want you guys to know that in the mornings, you don't want to miss it. 600 people ain't wrong. I'm seeing 1,000 folks a day on TikTok. even more on Facebook and Instagram. Listen, we're going somewhere. This is the movement. My signature speech is be more. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow morning, 8:05 a.m. Mornings with Mu'addib, and tomorrow night, Live Your Truth. Let's go. Happy holidays, everybody. Bam. You already know. Oh, y'all want y'all little extras? Okay, cool. So a little extra. So along with that, I say believe in yourself, right? Here's the key to that. The key to that is turn your past into your power. I'll add that if you download the EFC workbook, I'm gonna put this in the comment section. If you download the EFC workbook in the next few moments, I'm gonna go over there and check. If you download the EFC workbook in the next few moments, I'll also send you the Turn Your Past into Your Power video masterclass. You got to have that. Turn your past into your power. That's what you want to do. Download the EFC work. It's in the comment section. It's in the description. And then if you do that thing in the next few minutes, I'll also send you access to the Turn Your Past into Your Power video masterclass. You'll love it. It's life-changing, transformative powers. Let's do it. Until next time, it's Taibu Mu'addib.